Okay, hi. Um, I'm gonna be giving you an epic tutorial on how to render like a boss. Um, I'm going to be bringing rendering into its two most basic concepts. The first one would be light, and the second one is color theory. So I'm gonna choose a background color for this. I'm gonna go a bit darker, pink. There. And now for the light, I'm going to show you a little tippy tip. Is that it's important to recognize that your light exists in like a sort of 3D realm, I feel. So I'm just gonna draw this circle, and then I'm gonna draw this circle, right? One big circle to sort of help you decide where the light for your character is gonna be. And I'm gonna put it right here. It's gonna be like behind the camera, but just so you understand, that's where the light is gonna be. So it's gonna be like this. Okay. And now for this light, I'm going to make it red, like pinky red color. Something like that, a little blush. And this is where the color theory part comes in, because this little guy, he's going to be blue. Like a more vibrant blue. There. That's his color. So, one thing that it should be mentioned is obviously red and blue don't mix that well together, because when you mix them, as so, I need to. It's not right there. When you mix, when you mix them, comes purple, like this purpley gray color. So when I start to shade my guy, starting with the what we have set up here, gonna put a layer on top of the sketch. And I'm going to use a brush that I made by myself, but I'm not really sure how to share brush presets. So basically, what I want you to do when you get a brush is make sure that it is pressure sensitive to your drawing tablet, and that it also um, blends well with other colors. It's not just one solid blob. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're gonna take this mixed color here for the lining. Okay, I'm on the right layer. As you can see here, it's a bit soft in texture, so that way you can sort of see where you can see the strokes, and this will help with blending. And we're gonna go with this lighter color. And then we're gonna go with our blue. And then, as you can see here, the darkest part of the background is like purple. So I'm going to push the blue more into indigo and make it slightly darker, so that way it blends in with the shadows better. And now, to blend, I'm going to put this brush on a lower opacity and start dragging out the colors more. Sort of like this. I'd also recommend pushing on the brush lightly and then more heavily in other places, depending on how you want to spread it. Um, Also, if you're having a hard time blending the colors, you can also make more colors to help with the blending. Sort of just picking the in-betweens for each one and building off of them. Oh wait, no, that's too light. There we go. Okay, let's start back with this. Nope, still wrong color. Oopsie. There we go. This doesn't really apply for texture or anything. I chose a more smooth surface to help. But also you can take a blender brush to help blend it more evenly, or to like get a specific texture for blending that you want. Making your own blender brush is also kind of fun if you know what you're doing. I tried to make my own unique blender brush and it didn't really work well, so I just used this default one that Krita came with. That works really nicely. I think what I'm gonna do here is make an even darker color because I feel like it's not dark enough, and so it feels a little shallow. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. And now I'm thinking I'm gonna remove the sketch layer for a moment, so that way I can look at it a bit more, and I'm gonna make this even darker. So that way it's darker than our background color. Put the final touches on it. This just helps it like stand out against the background more, in my personal opinion, especially if you're just doing a flat colored background. Okay, and now that we have our basic shape here just about colored in, I'm going to do facial. Here, yeah, his little face. I think his eyes are gonna be green. So, as you can see here, red and green basically make a more gray color. So, I'm just going to put the green I want to the side here, like I did with the other colors. Where did I put this? What layer? Okay, this is the layer with the colors. And again, we're going to go through with the red and the green. And we're going to blend them. Just to show you guys a little bit of a... Okay, that wasn't very good blending. There. Let's add more green in there. It's going to turn into like a more gray color because green and red are on opposite sides of the color spectrum. So what I'm going to do when coloring in the green eyes is I'm going to push it to be more gray. For where the red light is hitting them. And as you can see, even though we see here on the color wheel that it's gray, it looks green when compared to the red. And then as can just take the green and gently add it in where the red isn't, and then gently add in the red where the gray is for the lighting. And then go with a more dark blue for our shading again. Okay, maybe a little bit more like this. Like that. And we can also blend it a little to help. And let's not forget the pupils. And now for his little mouth, just gonna go back to that dark blue to add in the outline. Okay, that's not quite right. There you go. And now I'm gonna use a light pink for the teeth, which should probably be slightly lighter, at least a little bit, than your light source since the teeth are white. So maybe even adding a touch of white in there. And little eye shines as well. There. Let's see. Just adding smaller details as well. And then purple maybe for top that. Yeah. There we go. We're just going to add in smaller details in order to help liven up the drawing a bit, adding little bits to the shines to make them blend better. Little Now we're going to remove the sketch layer. No, go away. There. And as you can see, it's a little uneven. So we can just turn this onto eraser mode and erase it to help it feel better. There we go. Of course, just a little bit more. Just around the edges to make it look better. Well, let's give him some eyebrows because and just clean up a little bit as you go. But only if you want to. I think sometimes it looks better when it's messy. Anyways, there we go. You now have a face to stare at. Ooh.